Excuse me, sir.
How you doing?
Hi. Hi. So I get a call. They called me over as their attorney.
Let me, get out of the sidewalk.
Sure, of course. And they're telling me that you're demanding that they all show ID, which is unconstitutional under the Heibel case, United States Supreme Court, in NRS 170123.
Well, I will double check with my officers, but they're saying they asked and they voluntarily gave it.
They got a call. I got a call that said.
Well, I understand
yeah.
they called you. I'm just saying what they told me. So let me double check on
yes.
that.
They're doing a questionnaire about a motorcycle club. They clearly asked him if he had any Mongol tattoos, okay, which is certainly outside the scope of a traffic stop.
Well, we're getting two different stories next time.
All right. He's also doing an investigation, and I'm clearly recording even him asking questions about the Mongols Motorcycle Club.
Okay.
Right? To where you have a reasonable amount. There's a new case, 2015, Taurus v. State of Nevada, to where you can detain them for the purpose of the stop, but you can't go past that unless and until there's other reasonable suspicion. Taurus v. State of Nevada. Right. Okay. So these guys do not want to be here voluntarily. They're clearly not doing this voluntarily. And so if the driver is done, then he should be let go to drive. And frankly, the passenger should be able to just walk away. They didn't do anything wrong.
Well, I again, not sure what's going on with that part. And the driver, I don't think they're done with the stop yet.
Okay. But he was the driver?
Yeah.
Okay, so why are they questioning the passenger? There's no reasonable suspicion.
I don't know if something popped up.
So he's not being detained then?
I said I don't know what they have on it.
Well, they're not even allowed to. Taurus v. State again.
If
he's not allowed.
Voluntarily gave his stuff, okay, and they're checking on something with it. Again,
okay.
I don't know what popped up
on it.
So if you just give us a minute.
Ask for your stuff back. Just ask for your ID back. Ask for your ID back. This can be over if you just say it's over.
I just asked, this is over, I requested my ID, it's not going to be.
So he's not giving your ID even though he had no reasonable suspicion for the stop. Thank you. Come with me.
Cool, thank you guys.
Hey, all the passengers, have them come with me unless they're being detained.
What's that?
If the passengers are being detained, they must stay. Otherwise, have them just come. If they're being detained, they must stay. But they have to have reasonable suspicion that the actual passengers have committed a crime, are now committing a crime, or did. Yeah. Officer, may I approach and talk to my clients, please?
What's that?
May I approach and talk to my clients, please?
Hang tight. Let me get a Sarge, man.
Sure.
I don't want to step on anybody's feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, under Berkemer, they have the Fifth Amendment right to counsel because you went outside the routine or ordinary traffic stop.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's a United States Supreme Court case.
Lawyer. He said if you could just give him a second.
Sure. I just want to go talk to my clients is all.
Understandable. Yeah.
Thank you.
How's your night going? Aside from this.
Well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I'd love for there to be less drama,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
least it's nice out, right?
Yeah.
Not too hot.
He's got all the licenses in his hand.
I think he's just making sure everybody gets their stuff back there.
Yeah. Well, there's a Supreme Court case, Heibel, that says that unless you are, because there's two exceptions that are Heibel, H-I-I-B-E-L.
Heibel versus who? Just so I can read it.
It's a long that one. If you just Google Heibel, H-I-I-B-E-L, it comes up to where the United States Supreme Court interpreted Nevada's duty to identify statute.
Gotcha.
Okay. And the duty to identify statute, clearly says that if you have reasonable suspicion that someone has committed crime, is now committed a crime, or will commit a crime, they must identify themselves. And what the Supreme Court said is that is stating your legal name and nothing else. You are not required to do anything else. Now, there's two exceptions under state law when you're the driver of a vehicle and if you have a CCW and you are concealed carrying.
And that's when you got to give out your date of birth and whatnot? Is that what you're
You
getting
never
at?
have to give out your date of birth, like ever, right? Sometimes it's in your best interest if there's a warrant with somebody with your name and looks like you,
Touché.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
We get that a lot, actually.
Right?
Quite a bit.
There you go. But as far as demanding ID, it's actually a Fourth Amendment violation for you to demand ID. You can request. In fact, there's a case Fernandez out of the Ninth Circuit that says specifically you're allowed to inquire as to their identification, including requesting their identification. And that's Fernandez v. U.S. So you can request it, but demanding ID is a clear Fourth Amendment violation under Heibel. Heck, the United States Supreme Court, looked at our duty to identify statute.
Yeah.
And the problem is I get a call from my clients saying they're demanding we do the ID, and I'm just like, you don't have to. I'll be right there. I wish, I didn't want to jaywalk, I'm the most famous jaywalker in Nevada, right?
I know.
Right? You just Google Steven Stubbs jaywalking? Yeah. All right. I didn't want that to happen again, right? I didn't want to be an even more famous jaywalker, alleged jaywalker, right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, you're not allowed to demand ID. You just can't. You can demand a driver's license, and you can demand a CCW together with an ID if they are concealed carrying.
Gotcha.
That's all you're allowed to do. And of course, if there's reasonable suspicion, you can demand that they identify themselves.
Yeah, may I talk to the man with the stripes?
Yes.
We just gave it to him. Yeah. Sir, can you go back over to the sidewalk?
Of course I can.
I asked them if they wanted to go with you. Told them they voluntarily could go with you and you can go back across the street, whatever. They said that that's their DD and they're going to wait for him.
That's not what I asked. I asked if I could go over to my clients and talk to them.
Right, and I said no.
So you said no to that. You're not allowing me to go over there.
I'm not letting you interfere with the investigation.
Okay, but they're not being investigated. There's no reasonable suspicion that they did
but
anything.
The vehicle right now, the driver's still being stopped.
The driver's way away from the
If
vehicle.
you wanted to talk to him, I said, do you guys want to step out? You're free to go. They said no, they want to wait for their driver.
So you are not allowing me to go to the vehicle to speak to the clients that called me
I'm saying
and
that
identified me as their
vehicle
attorney.
Is, like you said, we're not investigating them. They're not being questioned.
But the
They're
person
not
you're investigating is
from
far
us.
apart
They're
from the
not
vehicle.
asking you to go up there to us.
Okay.
And so once we're done with him and he goes back to the vehicle, by all means, you
But
can
they
go
have
up there.
clearly
Once we're
identified
done
me
with the
as their
investigation.
attorney. And under Berkemer, because this is a traffic stop that's outside of routine.
Why is it outside routine?
Okay. The minute you start asking questions that are not, well, it depends on the facts and circumstances of the case, obviously. But I clearly saw that him doing, and I recorded him doing, a gang interview of someone in there. That is not a routine traffic stop. This many officers, that's not an ordinary or routine traffic stop.
Well, when we
there
have
are
as
many things.
people in the vehicle as we do, it would be routine.
Okay, but you're clearly filling out information and gathering intelligence, and that's why you were asking for information and why there was an interview asking those questions from people who were not actually being detained. They say, now again, you say there's different facts. Okay, I'm going to respect that. They called me over. They called me on the phone and said they're demanding our identification, saying you have to pass them forward.
Right.
That's what they're saying.
They asked for ID and they presented it voluntarily.
Okay, and I understand that's what you're saying. That's not what they're telling me.
And I understand that there's two different
Yes.
stories and sides.
But that alone, you asking for their ID, That's beyond an ordinary
do you mind
routine.
if we can get it? And they voluntarily give
Okay.
it. It's the same with the name. If I
But-
asked you what your name was.
But with the interview being outside of any scope of traffic, that makes it so it's not an ordinary or routine. The case
and
is
again, I
Berkowitz.
don't know what they popped up on the stop.
Look, I was videotaping it, man. They were clearly doing an interview asking. This gentleman asked about Mongol tattoos.
Should be done.
Okay. All right.
So we'll be another minute, and then again, once
Thank you,
it's
sir.
done, you'll be free to go off.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Right?
I've heard of it.
Yes. So in that particular case,
For YouTube.
okay, good. There we go. All right, I understand officers
You're
like to
YouTube
watch.
famous.
There you go. Right. It looks like he's finished. May I go talk to my clients now?
If they are no longer,
That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm asking. Is he
Yeah.
no longer detained?
yeah, absolutely. If they're
All
no
right.
longer detained, absolutely you can.
Yeah.
Are they no longer detained, Sarge?
They're no longer detained.
There you go.
Thank
There
you,
go,
sir.
Absolutely.
There are lawyers. Then there is a champion for justice, Attorney Stephen Stubbs.
Stephen Stubbs fights for justice every day. Stephen Stubbs.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me, and I'm sick of it. So I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.